Welcome back here, Chris Sims Unbuttoned. We are looking for any piece of information on the internet that we can get about anything in the NFL right now. We don't have enough games. Well, the Colts released their first unofficial depth chart, and here's their quarterback listing. Who is first team, who is second team? Well, guess what? First team is Daniel Jones or Anthony Richardson. So we have no answer, but there is an
and
or.
They're following alphabetical order, so you can't read into that either.
By last name,
by
right?
Last
if
name,
you went by
right.
first name, it'd be Anthony Richardson, but you don't often do that.
But they don't often do that.
All right, so we were going to talk about this anyway, but since that breaking news came out, and this warrants breaking news here in the preseason. I mean, when you get an unofficial depth chart, what was it? Michael McDaniel was saying that he hates those things, and you just throw any name on it. He goes, as long as your name's on the depth chart, you should feel okay.
I feel like they need to make a stricter rule in updating depth charts everywhere in the NFL.
I agree with that.
It's a little bit BS to me when you get to like week 5 and the depth chart of week 1's still there, and you're like, wait, no, they benched this guy and that guy, and he's starting.
Not even playing anymore.
Can we at least give us the real starters out there? Those are some things sometimes where I just go, what are we doing in the NFL? What are we hiding? What's the bull crap here? Just show us who's starting today and put that on the damn sheet.
Yeah. But then we can talk about it when there's a big or between the names of Daniel Jones and Anthony Richardson. What do you make of it early on?
Well, it is exactly that's what it is. It's just early, and they're not going to commit to either one. They don't have enough information there either way,
and they don't want to. They want them to.
They want to battle it out.
Right.
They want to see. I mean, of course, the games themselves are going to have something to say about this matter. Right? Daniel Jones, what he can do, and can he look the part? Can he play good enough and smooth enough to get like Colts fans who are like, oh man, we brought Daniel Jones here, right? And then can Anthony Richardson play with some polish and some consistency to where it's not just like, oh my gosh, that was unbelievable. Oh my gosh, that was amazing. I mean, that's a little bit what you got there with these two. I always said I thought that Daniel Jones would kind of emerge as the leader in training camp because he's got more experience. He's going to know how to work practice. He's going to understand what the defense is doing. Usually the guys with more reps under their belt, they start to catch on to, they're calling this. I know what that means on the defensive side. This is day 9 of practice. I know what that check is by them. That's to where I think he's got a little more polish to look consistent on a day-to-day basis. Anthony Richardson has the wow factor. But if Anthony Richardson can kind of start to be more consistent and robotic and machine-like we've talked about, he'll be the starter. They want him to be the starter.
Yes.
He's the 4th pick of the draft. They want that. So the fact that it's still or tells you those things haven't happened yet, and I don't even know if they did happen, they would still put that out there yet. They want to see it in a game and see if when he's in the pocket for real, can he shut guys like Chris Sims up, who told Ahmed during his quarterback rankings that if somebody's wide open, he hits them once every 5 times, right? Yeah. That's the stuff that's got to go, and hopefully he can get that figured out.
I mean, something to track with Richardson. I mean, he's had that ongoing right shoulder soreness that has limited him in his career so far.
That motion. It's a herky-jerky motion.
That will be the biggest thing to watch.
Will Levis. I think it's funny that 2 guys in the same year, Levis being put on IR. It's very hingy on the shoulder. It's a very aggressive, like floppy motion that would put a lot of stress on it that way. And Anthony Richardson, I know he had the contact injury from 2 years ago, but then this offseason to just have it aggravate just from throwing footballs in the OTAs, definitely odd. That's an odd one for me, for sure. But I think this is one where we'll start to hear about practice a little bit. I got no inside info. And I have a lot of people ask me like, hey, have you heard this? You heard that? I don't bother many coaches this time of the year. They're busy. They're grinding. They're miserable. Yeah. It's training camp, right? So I'm not trying to text you and let me get a story. And then most of them don't want to hear it. They don't want to get involved with stuff like that right now. Yeah. You get done with training camp a little bit, and then I start to reach out to people and have a few conversations. But as far as this one goes right here, I know as much as the fans do right now.
And I know there's a certain segment of the Colts fan base that if Daniel Jones does win the job week 1, it's going to be like, ugh. Really? I mean, it's just like, you're just disappointed that Anthony Richardson, it looks like he's not going to be that guy if that is indeed what happens. But it's a team that has been close here, even with poor quarterback play the last couple of years. I mean, this is a team that for better or for worse, they're right in it. This is not a total rebuild situation.
I totally agree with you. I look at that. There's always those handful of teams where you go, wait, I'm not sure I'd pick them to go to the playoffs, but if there's a short list of 4 or 5 teams where I'd go, ooh, they could get in, it wouldn't be crazy, but I'm not sure I'm going to pick them. I feel like the Colts are one of those teams. Yeah. You look at it and go, wait, if the quarterback play improves, damn, they got a pretty good O-line. Mm-hmm. You know what I think of Shane Steichen? Damn, they got Tyler Warren at tight end. Their receivers are pretty good when you kind of look at it. Michael Pittman Jr., Alec Pierce, and Josh Downs. It's a pretty damn good 3 if you ask me. Defense, there's some stuff there to where if some of those young guys start to pop a little bit, Latu, right? And Kwity Paye, and you start getting it that way, and the pass rusher from Ohio State, Tumala Tuo, I'm going to mess it up either way.
Tui Moloa.
Yeah, exactly. Something like that, right? It's that they're one of those teams where you go, oh, I don't know if I'm going to put them in the playoffs, but it won't shock me if they get there. There's a lot of pieces, but that quarterback play is going to be essential. And to your point, too, is like, yeah, you want to play the best one, period, right? But if it's really razor thin close, okay, and you're not totally confident that either one's going to just go in there and take the bull by the horns and be the starter, there's always been the talk, do you put the young guy out there and let him go and see if he can take the bull by the horns and become the starter? Or do you let him be the savior? Let the other guy go, oh, it's not working all that good with Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
And now he can come in and be the savior, right? And those are things you'll have to glean through like training camp, and they're going to have to know and all that. There's been times I know in the past, and I don't want to put people on blast, where they were like the guy they picked to start wasn't the guy they totally wanted to pick, right? Not totally the guy, but they knew the other guy, man, all the stars are going to have to align for him to be the starter the whole year and take everything. Mm-hmm. Why don't we just let this other guy just get his bearings straight a little as we start the season, so if we do have to pull it, he come in and he can come in and take the lead.
He's like the hero.
Exactly.
As opposed to the guy with all the pressure.
There is that conversation that goes on behind the scenes.
Do we have back there their schedule? So they got Dolphins. So that's a winnable game week 1.
Yeah.
Broncos could be tough. At Titans, that's winnable. At Rams, that could be tough.
That's right.
So a little bit of a rough stretch here. So if you go Daniel Jones here, when would Anthony Richardson be able to come in and be the savior?
If you went Daniel Jones, I feel like you'd see Anthony and it didn't go well, like Anthony Richardson week 5 against the Raiders.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I could see the Dolphins. Like the one thing about their thing right here is, and this is why they favor a Daniel Jones, is these defenses are pretty good right here. Let me the Dolphins are the number 4 defense in football last year. The Titans were the number 2 defense in football last year.
Broncos could be number 1.
The Broncos were number 7 and really probably better than that, right? I mean, exactly. So that would be a little bit more conducive into, we want a guy that can kind of execute the offense, get the for sure completions, do that type of stuff. That, at least to me. But again, we got to see what they do in the preseason and how they look on the field, and maybe Anthony Richardson will surprise us and come out and be something totally different, and that would be awesome to see.
Yeah, in reality, both of them will probably play throughout the year, and both of them will play poorly at times. So for Colts fans out there, rest assured that will happen, and play well at times as well.
Yo, homies, what's up? Thanks for watching Cris Sims Unbuttoned. And just because the weather's warm doesn't mean football ain't still on our brains right here.
We are still working, so smash that subscribe button. We got all the training camp news, preseason news, everything up until kickoff night.
Thanks for watching. And again, remember to hit that subscribe button. Peace out, homies.